You would think with all this information and knowledge that I've got that I would feel empowered and better off, but instead I really feel...
Well, if we thought that, then we wouldn't have written that book, and then that book, and then that book, and then that book, and then that book. Are you upset with yourself at not getting it the first crack out of the box?
Yeah. I feel like with all this knowledge that I've gathered, that I would feel more empowered and better off, but instead I feel really overwhelmed and overthink everything. And I have a lot of stress and anxiety a lot of the time because I worry about the negative thoughts and beliefs and feelings that I have surrounding the things that I want in life. And I worry that because of this, it's keeping me from getting them. I know that, and I have so many dreams and things that I want to experience and have, but I feel really frozen with fear of them not coming true. And I feel like if I don't believe 100% and know that they'll come true and feel good all the time when I think about them, that there's no point in trying or going for anything because of my negative thoughts and beliefs are keeping me from getting it. And it's frustrating because I try really hard. I try really hard to feel good and think positive and feel like there's always that voice inside me that's determined to keep me from being happy, that voice that's constantly comparing me to other people and doubting and worrying and criticizing and overthinking everything that I do and think. And I want so bad to just relax.
It's interesting. Did you hear us earlier today? We were talking about how the orbs, and we were talking about how we pick you from the crowd, and that a strong desire causes a very powerful spiking. That's how we saw you. In fact, somebody else tried to get in your chair, and we said, "No, not you." So she's worried about you dripping on the microphone. So, as we saw you, the energy of your desire, even though you are a bit as you've described, in that you are worrying about things, so there is a strong tug of war, which is evidenced by the way you're feeling and even about the way that you were reading there. But the desire is so strong that it will prevail. It's wonderful to see such powerful desire so early in life. And that's the most significant thing that we want to say to you. Is that you hit the ground running coming in. In other words, you came with powerful desire. Now, as you listen to us for a little while through the books or the recordings or even in this gathering today, you're going to remember or reawaken to something that you already know, that when you've got strong desire and you're not going along with it, that desire is really uncomfortable. And yet, you, and we do it too, are making a bigger deal than we want to out of not going along with it, because the not going along with it is just a byproduct, really, of the environment in which you've been living. It isn't that. Someone said to us they were concerned about their teenager and really wanted to protect their child from experiences that they had found to be unpleasant when they were young, and wanted us to help them find a way to guide the child so that they didn't have to feel any of this angst and stuff that you're feeling. And we said, we wouldn't help you if we could, because we know that in all of that discomfort, this is the time that you're putting big time stuff into your vortex. And sometimes powerful energies come into physical form intending to understand and teach through the clarity of their example in a very powerful way. You're born to offer your vibration deliberately so that you could have the joyful experience of witnessing the becoming of your conscious focus. You did not come to be a creator by default who just waits for things to show up and then has positive or negative reactions to them. So we are eager to talk with you about anything you want to talk about. There's a lot of wonderful things about to evolve here as we are together today. We can feel the power of your desire. We can also feel the relationship between your desire and your belief. And it is our intention to help you along with that. Someone asked us recently, Abraham, how do you pick? And more important, why didn't you pick me? And we explained that there's a vibration that you're emanating, and there's a collective vibration that is speaking to what most are asking for and what most are ready for. And there are those among you who are perched on the place of being ready to articulate something that, as we dialogue together, will be meaningful to a whole lot of you. That's our first criteria. How is it for the whole? Next, you have desires as individuals, desires and beliefs. And if you hold a desire and you also hold a belief, and your belief is not a great challenge to your desire, so you're right on the brink of some strong movement, that's our second criteria. Really helpful when you get the movement that you're ready for. Every now and again, there's someone with a powerful desire that is off the charts in terms of desire, who is so far from believing it that we wonder how they stayed alive. And sometimes the power of their desire is so significant that that is our third criteria.
At early ages, they scrutinize life in a more detailed way than most anybody does, finding more problems and therefore putting more solutions, finding more questions and therefore putting more answers. And that's precisely what's going on with you. You have, at an earlier age than we nearly ever acknowledge. We're not going to say you're the one and only or that you are the absolute exception, but you have put more into your vortex at this early age of your life than almost anybody that you will ever meet. And now you're feeling the pull of not being able to just at the drop of the hat go right in there, but you need some life experience in order to work your way in. So you didn't ask for a feathered nest, and you didn't understand for complete understanding, because if you'd come forth into this physical body knowing everything in the way that you're coming to know it even now, you wouldn't have put nearly as much into your vortex, and there wouldn't be nearly as much wonderful things that are going to evolve for you as you're moving through life experience.